Okay, today I'm going to have you guys make a report and use some different features of Word for this report. So if you'll open a new blank document, we're going to use some random text, 60,7. That's going to populate a huge report. It's going to be 10 pages long. When you go back up to the top, you can use the Control Home to get back to the top. We're going to insert a cover page, so we're going to click on Insert. Cover pages are right here. There's lots of different ones you can choose from. Just choose this banded one. You can click in these placeholders, and we're going to type our first and last name in here. This one is in all caps, so I'm just going to let it be that way. These things down here, we're going to go ahead and delete. You might have to click on this part and delete a couple of times. You don't want to leave blank placeholders in your document. Okay, then at the beginning of the first page, we're going to type, first before we do that, let's insert page numbers at the bottom so we can keep track of this thing. Today I'm going to choose one of the X of Y pages just for the fun of it. So I'm going to choose this one. You can choose whatever you want. I'm going to lower this a little bit closer to the bottom of my page. Go ahead and close that. Okay, back at the top of your document right here at the beginning, you're going to type chapter 1 as if we're writing a book or something. And then we're going to take this chapter 1 and apply heading style 1 to it. Okay, if you don't like heading style 1, we can change it later with our styles, or you can always right mouse click to modify it if you want it to look completely different. So if you click modify, it allows you to change the font, the color. So I'll just do that. Okay, I'm going to copy this, and I just want you to make 4 chapters. So just pick a place in your document where you want to paste and change this to chapter 2. Find another place in your document, paste and call this chapter 3, and then find another place in your document where you can put chapter 4. So we'll just pretend like we have typed up 4 different chapters of our book or a report. Okay, when you make a report in school, sometimes you use outside resources like a web page or a book. So we're going to go ahead and practice some of those. So if you go to the References tab, this is again where we get table of contents. We'll use that later. We're going to talk about footnotes and endnotes also later, but here's the citations and bibliography part that we're going to talk about today. So what you do is you click on Manage Sources. I already have 2 sources in here. You guys probably don't have any sources. So I'm going to click Edit. You're going to need to click New. If there are sources in there, then you can use those, or you can just click New. So I'll do a new source. Up here is where you can choose what kind of thing you're going to do. So either a book probably, or possibly a website is probably the most popular. You could do a document from a website. So if we choose website, you're going to put in here the author. I'm just going to, sometimes you can't find the author of a website. If I use the title of the web page, maybe I'm going to do Logan High School. The year. This part is if you can tell when it was made. Down here I could put when I accessed it. So maybe I'm going to access it October. The day, today is the 20, I don't even know what today is, the 28th, 27th. I'm going to go over to the internet to Logan High's webpage right here. I'm going to copy this URL, go back to my document, and paste it. Oh, this doesn't have a place for the URL, so never mind. I forgot to tell you that I am in MLA style right here, and I'll show you that in a minute. Once you get, I want you to build 2 different resources, so I also want you to do a book resource. So go up here to the top and choose book, and you can just make up an author and a title and a year and a city and a publisher if you want. The medium part you don't need to fill in. Okay, so you can see I have 3. If I wanted to edit them, I could just click on one and edit it. When I close this, you can see that up here I can choose MLA style, and that's what was causing that to be like that. Okay, so once you get your resources, we're going to go down here a couple of pages, maybe right here, and we're going to take this whole paragraph and we're going to cite it and we're going to indent it. So the first thing we'll do is we'll just go ahead and insert a citation. So you can see, oh, I don't know what happened to my sources. Let me go back into my managed sources. Oh, I need to copy these over here because they're from an older report that I tried. So you need to have all your list over here. Okay. So now when I go in here to insert my citation, I'll have all three that I can choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. And you can see it just puts, that's the MLA style, it puts that in. If you hover on it, you can click on it and you can manage those resources by editing it or whatever you want to do with that. This particular paragraph, I want you to indent. So if you'll just click somewhere in that paragraph, we're going to go to the Home tab. We're going to click the Paragraph Dialog Box Launcher. And right here is the left and right indentation. So we're going to change this left indentation to 0.5 and this right indentation to 0.5. Okay, now I click OK. And then your paragraph is all indented on both sides. And when you're quoting a big quote like that, you'll want to indent it on both sides, something like that. So I'm just going to scroll down here and pretend that like here maybe I quoted someone else. So I'm going to put in a citation for this, and maybe this one is Mickey Mouse again. Oh, that didn't go in. Let's try that again. And maybe right here I have a citation for Donald Duck. And while we're here, let's go ahead and put in a footnote. So let's click a footnote right here. We're going to insert a footnote, and I'm just going to say, I don't agree with this statement, or something like that. So footnotes are just little things that you, if you're reading along through a report, you would see this little one, and it would tell you to look at the bottom of your page. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to put in another footnote that just says, this is a good quote. You can kind of type whatever you guys want. I don't really care. I'm going to go down here farther in my document, and I'm going to put in one last footnote. And you can see that they get number 3, 4, 5. So this is another footnote. You can also use endnotes in documents, but just if you think about the name of them, endnotes go at the end, footnotes go at the foot of each page. So my footnotes are right here. My other footnote is right there. Okay. The other thing I would like you to do with this is after you've made a report that has headings like this, remember you can go back up and do a table of contents. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Control-Enter to get a blank page. I'm going to click back up here at the top of that page, and I'm going to put in a table of contents. You can pick either one of these that you want to. I'll go ahead and do contents this time. And you can see that it has the stuff right here. Okay, the other thing that we need to do is at the very end of our document, and I would be using Control Home and Control End, but I'm on my laptop. As we're going to do another page at the end of this, and we're going to put in a bibliography. So you can either choose a bibliography or works cited or references, whichever you want. I'm going to go with works cited. Put that in right here, and you can see that that lists my my different site resources that I used. I'm going to go back up to the top of my document, to my table of contents, and I'm going to update my table so that my works cited will show up. Oops. And then the last thing we're going to do with this is just we're going to go to the Design tab. When you're looking at your table of contents, remember that you change your themes right here, your document formatting styles. You can get different styles for your table of contents. So I like this one right here, so I'm going to choose this one. It also changes all my headings in my document. And then if you want to today, you can also change your theme colors so that your whole document has a different look and feel. Okay, so by the time you get done with this, you should have a 12 or 13 page report that has all these different things in it.